having or showing Dodge determination not to change one's attitude or position on something, especially in spite of food, arguments, or reasons to do so. Now, I chose this word today because, heck, growing up, I know I was probably one of the most stubborn children on the planet. God bless my mother. I've worked on not being so stubborn in my ways when it comes to a lot of certain things, because the biggest problem is when anyone's stubborn, even myself, I'm not going to cast stones in a glass house. Um, is that when you're stubborn and you think you know everything, or you don't want to do anything new, then you're the one that actually gets put in a position to where you're not accepting opportunities that are coming your way. You're not accepting opportunities that can help you grow as a person on many, many levels. So that's why I always say the comfort zone is a death sentence, and that's what I had to learn as an individual. I had to learn that, stop being stubborn doing certain things in life, period, whether it's work-wise, business-wise, relationships-wise, because as my mother would say, I'm blocking my blessing, but as I would say, I'm missing opportunities all at the same time. So we have to all learn every single day to work on our character flaws, because no matter who you are, where you come from on this planet, everybody has a character flaw that someone has to deal with. It's funny. A buddy of mine that's married, he told me this the other day, and I had to definitely agree with him on. He said, "Look, man, love is a beautiful thing, but he says, look, he says my marriage works because he says me and my wife can tolerate each other's nonsense. We know each other's character flaws and we can tolerate it. Okay." And a lot of times, there's certain things you have to tolerate in this life, because if you're not, you're not even going to be able to have the fruits of your labor from a mental perspective, physical perspective, and a spiritual perspective. So, we all have to learn at the end of the day to do our darndest, not be as stubborn when it comes to certain things in life, because we miss an opportunity. It's like I know people that will not go to a specific place, especially it's because the media told them not to do it. They don't experience life. Like I've heard, I was listening to a podcast on the other day, Search for a Guru, and one gentleman was like, he actually has a cousin. He lives in California, but he has a cousin that lives in Chicago. And he actually went to, if he would have listened to the media, he never would have went to Chicago, because the media is just going to talk about the negative of Chicago. And he got to go to Chicago, and he's like, it reminds him of any other major city he's ever been to. There's a good part, there's a bad part. And that's the thing that you never hear about. It's just when you see headlines, it's always the negative, because the negative, even on social media, that's what's going to grab people's attention. If I started off, if my videos had titled, Larry thinks that such and such is crazy, or like if Drake is crazy, or Nicki Minaj is crazy, or I think the president is crazy. If something to that effect, I know I would get way more views and way more likes and whatnot, because it's something that would catch somebody's attention. Or if you even putting a lie out there, could such and such be dead? Or, it's like things of that nature, that's going to get clickbait just like that, and I imagine it can mess with people's algorithms and things of that nature, you know what I mean? But the quote once, Henry David Thoreau, he stated, "Wealth is the ability to fully experience life, and that's why we have to be able to not be as stubborn as we in anything in life, because when we are stubborn, we don't have we're killing the opportunity to experience what life truly is, straight up." What's going on, Ronald, man? How you doing, brother? My man, MWR King, man, always put some great gems out there. That's one thing I can say with sincerity. Yeah, key words: pull people in drama, of course, too. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, if you have any sort of drama out there, people and everybody in their mouth is going to click on it. What's going on, brother?
Peace, brother. I see you, brother. How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm just trying to be like you, man. How you doing, King?
Oh man, I'm breathing and achieving, keeping it moving at a steady pace.
I know that's right. I see you out there in the streets, man, getting stuff done, getting healthy. You making your moves with your T-shirts and with MWR, the whole nine, right?
Man, I'm just a bridge, brother. I'm just a bridge, brother, for someone that's looking to get across to the other side, whether that be something that I got that they want to do or want to know about. I'm just a bridge, brother, out here playing my part, And
I know that's right.
I do agree with you when you said, you know, you'll get more views if you posted. I mean, if your titles was drama related, or if it's like Kwame Brown or any of this stuff that's going on right now. People, you know, the dude Hassan Campbell, you know, all these different characters. That's not characters, but individuals.
Right.
That's online because they have characters online, right? They have their own identity, right? So they on YouTube heavy, man. You know, Instagram too, and it's like hot topics. People want to know what they gotta say because it's about a lot of times it's about people in our community that's speaking out or saying something out of bounds or you know not staying on code. You know what I mean? It's just interesting. It's real interesting right now, man, at the state of affairs in our community with the topics of conversations that's been held or that's taking place when you turn on YouTube.
Exactly.
You
I couldn't agree with you more. And the fact that the conversations are turning it into action. You know, it's becoming normal to buy with your people again. It's becoming normal to bank with your people again. It's becoming normal to go to the schools with your people and whatnot, and to just share love and whatnot and all that good stuff. That's being normalized. So I'm glad it's not just talk. I'm glad there's a lot of action behind these words and whatnot.
I mean, I would say, you know, if I may, with the George Floyd, you know, we all witnessed that happen live. Like everybody saw that. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff that was going on similar to, you know, George Floyd, but not to that degree, I suppose. Brothers been getting killed, sisters been getting killed for years, for centuries, right? But I think, you know, the more and more it happens, you know, people getting sick and tired of being sick and tired of, you know, maybe patronizing certain places or spending their money in places where it's not appreciated and it's not circulating anyway in our community benefiting us at all. So I think it's a consciousness that's floating around in our community that people are more willing to shop with a black owned business because they want to support someone that look like them. They want to see someone that look like them win, especially if they're in a position to win. Why not? You know, only thing that I always wonder or I always think about is, you know, how can we bridge the gap with those that have, whether that be the information, have the business, have the skill, have the knowledge, to those that have not, to the have not. Like, how do we bridge the gap to them so that it's not confrontational? It's not like you putting them down because you know something that they don't know and you prefacing it in a way where it's like it's not easy to digest because it sounds like you attacking them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's important, man. Like, there's a lot of good messages. I know a lot of people doing a lot of great things, but it's a divide, though. It's a divide, and it's a gap that exists because, you know, normally people who have things feel away. Then there's people who don't have things feel away, and the thing is what makes the person feel either way. You know what I mean? So if you take away the thing, what is there? You know, what is there is really left. The person is there. So a lot of times if you don't have no connection with yourself, or you looking outside of yourself for everything, you know, we're gonna always have problems with those type of individuals because they're looking outside of the source of everything, which is within them.
Exactly.
And, so, you know, man, I could go on and with that, but I was just thinking about what you said, brother. I think you was on to something when you said your videos would get more people on and engaged if you was posting about stuff that was like, you know, drama or, you know, foolishness, right?
Basically, I agree with you 100%. And I think the best thing about living right now, like you just said, is because we're living in the times where people putting all this great information out on social media. So whether you're up top, you're in the middle, or you're in the bottom, if you really want access to a lot of this information, you can get a lot of it for free. And if you have some money, you can get even access to more of it. And I think because of the pandemic, it actually created an environment where online mentorship is just becoming a real thing. And it's becoming normal now. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, and I love that.
Yeah, I think depending on your mindset, it's always been there. It just depends on the individual and what are they willing to do to get the information they need. I think everybody online is a person still. So if you really want something, you could reach out if they're open to teaching and sharing like they profess or like they share or like they proclaim or project online. then they'll let you know, look, check this out, go this way or this way, and it might lead you to where that you would have to obviously invest in the information because they spent a lot of time and investing in gaining the information. So it's only
Exactly.
fair that they should get compensated, right? Because we both getting something out of the situation, right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
yeah.
And that's real talk. I mean, at the end of the day, it's on us. And for those who really, like you always say, mindset is everything. So if your mind is right, I think you can get, and your grind is right, then I think you can go to so many places that people can't even imagine. But it's just all about leaving that comfort zone. And it's like you said, a lot of times it's just like somebody like you and me, if we're speaking to somebody that wants to get access to the information, we can speak to it in their language to where we're not, like you said, I know you personally, you're not going to talk down to somebody. You're going to be like, hey, brother, sister, this is how you can do it, the ABC step process. Okay. But a lot of the onus is going to be on you. I'm not saying this to you because I think I'm better than you. I'm saying this to you because I want you to come up just like I want myself to come up. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong in that.
Yeah. I want for you that I want for myself. You know what I mean? We the same, you know what I'm saying? Whether you be a woman or man, we look the same, we the same in essence, right? So I
Right.
love you, right? We in this together. Now, how we go about our life and deal with, things that's here. That's how our mindset, that's what separate a lot of us. But at the end of the day, that's an illusionary though. Like,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? Like if there's a will, there's a way. Like
Yes, sir.
you don't need a lot of nothing, but if there's the will, I believe that the energy that you put out, you will attract whatever it is that you're looking for. Now that's easier said than done. I promise you it is because we all are, I think every person in this country that look like you and I, we prisoners of war in this country. And we're dealing with a lot of trauma, right? A lot of unresolved trauma that's continuously been brought back to our attention when we see stuff that's happening to us, each other. I don't know the brother, but I seen it on TV. He looked like me. My brother was killed. He was shot in the back.
Right.
My cousin was murdered by someone that looked like him. So
Mm.
when I see young brothers die, however they die, it's traumatizing, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm saddened by that. You know what I'm saying? So you're right. I do agree with you wholeheartedly when I see brothers and sisters willing to connect online. Because it's important that we connect, man. It's important that we connect. We're not gonna always agree, man. I've recognized with some of my so-called friends or brothers or these so-called relationships that I've held some value to it to some degree. Once you get a misunderstanding, you get to see where you stand with someone. And
Mm.
I think a lot of times when we talking to each other, words mean different things to different people. So your interpretation of what I'm sharing might fall short of what I'm saying because you're interpreting what I'm saying to this degree. Now, I might be going a little deeper in depth of what I'm saying, and there might be a little bit more depth to what I'm going, what I'm saying, but because your mind, your level of perspective it just stops right here.
Right.
So it's really about me recognizing or us recognizing the audience, who we talking to, and making sure we speaking right and exact where, we could kind of cancel out a lot of assumption or, just those dead spots, man, that I don't know, that exist when we interacting with each other, man, when we dealing with each other.
Exactly. And then apply, and then you hit the nail on the head on that one. Because a lot of times I think because the one of the biggest downfalls of social media is there's more lack of communication than there actually is communication between people. I mean, it's one thing for you to post something, for me to post something, but for people to engage in actual conversations on a regular basis, that's kind of becoming a thing of the past nowadays. And because
Yeah.
of that, people misinterpret things when you say stuff, and we live in a day and age where everybody, they get offended if you just look at them a certain way, or if you dress a certain way, somebody's getting offended. So it's just, so at times it can just be a cluster just trying to have a regular normal conversation, just like you and I are having right now.
I,
you
I,
know
I think just interesting you said that. I think there's a lot of propaganda, there's a lot of information being fed to us, a lot of information, whether it be via instant internet, via the news. And this stuff is TV shows, movies, and that affects everything that you're saying about how people are. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about the effect of what people are, the effect when you deal with people, this is that. But there's a cause to that too, though. So when we talk about the effect, there's the cause that we can't discount, because as a people, we could all talk about, man, we need to get together, we need to do business together, and all these things sound good until it's time to do it.
Mm.
Then we recognize there's some things that you can't see that's not being addressed. A lot of us aren't feeding ourselves proper food. We literally aren't eating the right food, literally, and taking the right food. We're eating the food that's not good. Then we're not digesting food for the mind. We're not ingesting food that's provoking us in thought, engaging us, causing us to look outside the box, or even interested in different perspectives. And that could be challenging. I can acknowledge that myself. But at the same time, I do recognize that my spirit does convict me if I felt like I wasn't, if I was out of bounds or out of order, where I could go back to the person and say, I was thinking about what you said. And, however, like I don't want to go without, being able to build and destroy, at the same time. So I think, man, it's real interesting when we deal with each other, man. I just think like online, we spamming each other. We just spamming like these groups. Like, where's the real engagement? Like, everybody's a business owner spamming their business. You know what I'm saying? Buy my stuff, shop here. So you'll share a post, and it'll be some value along with information to go check out this product or this service, or whether it be yours or whoever's. There's some value in this information. But instead of people taking that, there's some people that will, because this not a blanket statement. This applies to who it applies to. But I think for the most part, most people would just post their advertisement under your post. or they'll try to reach out to you and sell you on something that's similar to what you're already doing, but they think it's better. You know what I mean? And I promise you, I get a lot of those messages in my instant messenger on Facebook that I don't recognize until I go and be like, damn, I got all these messages, because they're not my friends. They're just people that responded to a post, and they're trying to share Bitcoin or cryptocurrency stuff that has value that I'm already connected to. But I got too many things. I got what I need on my plate right now. And if you're not looking to connect with me and build with me in the point where we could talk and actually build as men and women, or as men, to help each other grow and to assess where we are and how we can help each other, there's no benefit in that. Like, there's no monetary gain in that. People are looking for a quick come up, quick bag. They want the bag quick. They want it now. So a building ain't something you're going to get right away. You might get the knowledge, but it's entertainment over education. Is the physical things over the invisible things. You know what I mean? But
I agree.
Without the invisible things, you can't have the physical things. You can't have the bag. But that's not as sexy as talking about the bag or chasing the bag.
Yep.
You should be attracting the bag, but nonetheless,
that's real. That's real.
We got really, man. We got a lot of work to do, man. So
that's real. That's where I couldn't agree with you more, because I can't tell you how many times I get an inbox from the Bit Forex people. At least 20 times a month. So I understand it's like people out of nowhere, and they always start off the conversation with, hey, how you doing? Have you heard about this specific opportunity? And I'm just like, oh, you got to go.
they at least what they'll do is, what I know is a few people that befriended me recently, and I had to delete them. And I did this because it was like under false pretense. Like, they reached out to me, seeming as if they liked the post. They was like, man, I like that, da. So we converse and interact, and I see that they do something similar to me. And then boom, here it comes. Hey, let me ask you, man, you ever heard of Forex or Bitcoin or cryptocurrency? So whenever people talk and say things, it's telling. So if they ever say, have you ever heard? When, if you look at my page, you say I'm in an investment club.
Exactly.
I'm in an investment club. I'm in a cryptocurrency investment club. Now, because I'm not promoting it, advertising it every single day, doesn't mean that I'm not on to the play. Doesn't mean that I don't know what this is or that is. But again, it just goes to show you how people are more concerned about what they got to say and what they're doing, compared to seeing what you're doing and seeing how they can add value Or they could say, man, I'm familiar with da 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 da. Are you also familiar with this? So almost like we could build from there. Like we could build from there. You know what I mean? But it's not those type of interactions don't happen though.
You're right.
It's
You're
like,
right.
you don't do no research before you reach out. You don't at least go on my page and say, oh yeah, he does this. Oh, he did this. Oh, okay. So I can't reach out him, talk to him this way because he hit. But let me reach out to him to see what he thinks, see where he at, see, check the temperature at least.
Exactly.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Right.
I'm okay with that. Check the temperature. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Exactly. I mean, check the temperature before you jump into the ocean. You know what I mean? But, you know, you can tell when you're dealing with somebody that's 100% self-interest, and then you can tell you're dealing with somebody that actually wants to build and whatnot. Because you can't, I think a lot of these people fail to realize that most of these people that are millionaires and billionaires nowadays is because they have a good personality, and two, they know how to get that social capital. It's not just about the economic capital. It's about social capital. It's not what value can you bring to somebody else's life. It's not always looking for somebody to bring value to your life, you know, and they don't see it that way.
The connection, man. We all are valuable, man. We all are, you know, they say ye are all gods, right? So there's power within all of us, but a lot of us look outside of ourselves for that. But we are it. Every company, no company could exist without each one of us, like the employees. Like the employees make the business. So a lot of these employees are walking business owners, though. Like if they was able to take what they do and look within and say, man, I could do my own consulting and I could teach and train or offer this and that. But again, this system is set up for us to be workers.
Right.
This system is set up for us to pay taxes. Exactly. It's set up for us to pay, to be in debt, to go to school, to get in debt, to go to a job and pay. It takes forever to not pay that debt off. You're never getting out of debt. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So this education system is effed up. You know what I mean? Especially for us in particular, because we get just now getting put on to certain things that the other people that don't look like us are already familiar with. They already on top of because they have more financial literacy. They have more access to information. Everything is in their favor. When you talk about us, we got to go upstream, trying to get to the information now that it's readily available. Only those that are really hungry.
Exactly.
Are going to go get that information. If you're not that hungry, you're gonna just fall victim to jobs. Like, not saying jobs is bad, but it's easy to get a job. You know what I mean? Not saying it's sometimes it can be hard too. I'm just saying it's free.
Exactly.
It's free.
They get people get comfortable. That's the and you know us coming from the DMV area, you know, because this is the one part of the country where it has the best jobs compared to everywhere else. People get very comfortable in this area. And when you talk about financial literacy outside of getting a promotion, they look at you like you're a ghost.
Well, you know, man, I would think COVID, man, should have given a lot of perspective to a lot of things, man. Because COVID put stuff down. It shut businesses down. It put businesses. It shut the NBA down. It shut and the baseball league down. I mean, it stopped everything. So what's normal? People say, oh, we want to get back to normal. There's no normal. It's a new normal now. You know what I mean? So a lot of normalcy now is people who have businesses now. They're empowering themselves. They're making stuff. They're designing stuff. They went back to school doing different professions than they used to. They're just doing all type of stuff, man. So it's all about mindset, man. Everything's mindset, man. To the brother and sister that come across this video that's aspiring to be, man, continue to shine. You know, whatever you believe is what's going to happen. Like, if you don't continue to empower yourself and tell yourself, you know, that you can do anything. You was put here. If you wasn't able to do the things you could imagine, you wouldn't be able to imagine it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
I agree, 100%.
But I do believe it's power in numbers, though. You know, it's power in numbers. It's important that we have these type of interactions, these conversations with, you know, on a regular with other brothers and sisters that's vibrating on the same frequency, that's flowing the same way in thought. And hopefully we could, you know, create an open opportunity, an open line of communication for a lot of other sisters and brothers that might be suffering in silence or for lack of information or lack of know-how, and
Mm-hmm.
clearly your brother or sister could show you how. They might not have the success like this, that guy or that guy, but they got the effort, they got the work, they got the product. It's just a matter of time before they get their results. Before things are happening the way they want. We gotta appreciate the small beginnings, right? You gotta crawl before you can walk. So,
Amen. Amen. Because that humbles you at the end of the day. Because then when you get to
all
your
that.
specific journey, you get to enjoy it more.
Hey man, there's a saying that rings bells. Is you could pay now, play later. You could play now, pay later.
Mm,
So either way, you're gonna pay. Either way,
period.
you're gonna pay. And I think when you're doing business, you gotta pay. You gotta pay. You gotta sacrifice. You make some money. I take some of that money, put that money back up. Might not can't do nothing for a minute. You might be like, damn, I'm making money, but I ain't making money. But
Right.
you building though. You building. So it's all a matter of perspective. Even failing. I posted something today about
Mm-hmm.
failure because oftentimes we look at failure and we judge ourselves and hold ourselves accountable for some things that we thought we should have did or we should have
Mm-hmm.
accomplished. And we beat ourselves up. I know I'm guilty of that. My self-accusing spirit, man, bang me out, man, just be punishing me. And
Absolutely.
I just be really processing these thoughts, man, that I be having and be like, wow, you know what? Man, I'm doing things that people ain't even attempting to do. They afraid to do. And I'm because my standard for myself is so high,
Mm.
I'm beating myself up. But when I'm interacting with other people, they're not even. I mean, bro, like they got businesses and they're not even familiar with some of the terms and the language and the information. And I'm like, what, you don't know about? And I'm like, wow, I'm getting instantly like, oh, like better, like instantly because I know my time is coming, bro. My time
Right.
is coming, and I think we're living amongst the deaf, dumb, and blind. You know what I'm saying? And most people, they got ears to hear, but they don't. They got eyes to see, but they don't. And they
Mm-hmm.
just don't want to read a book. They don't want to study. They want to do what's fun. They want
Yep.
to have fun. They want a party, man. It's a
That's
party.
it.
We want to talk about basketball. We want to do all that fun stuff. But when it's time to build, it's like,
You're right.
tell me when it's ready. Tell me when it's done. I
Right.
got a couple homies say that to me. Tell me when it's done. Nah, bro, we done, bro. Like we can't build. I can't. If I can't build with you, I can't chill with you, champ. You know what I'm
Real
saying?
talk.
We not friends. We not friends. We not brothers. We just know each other, man. False titles. We giving
Mm-hmm.
titles to people that don't deserve these titles. We
Mm-hmm.
holding on to these titles that don't really mean nothing until it means something. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? You could be my own blood and be the one that's doing me the worst. You know what I'm saying?
Big
So it's
time.
like we hold on to these titles and people got these titles and they have these inflated egos because of these titles or that these different these weird disconnections with people because of titles, and it's like there's no life in that connection. You gotta let it go. If there's no value being given, if it's just a one-way street, it's not reciprocal. We're not building. You just destroying. You just depositing. I mean, you're not. You just withdrawing. You just taking.
Yep.
Generally, man, because people don't. They're not self-developing, bro. Like people aren't. It's a
They stuck.
material world, bro. It's a material world,
Yep.
and people out acquiring things and titles and items and bodies. If you're a man out here, oh, I got fuck all these. I mean, excuse my language, but that's how they out here because the music is insinuating that. The music is
Right.
promoting that.
Right.
Women are shaking and looking all how they looking, and it's like, damn, like cover yourself. Like, I mean,
Right.
don't get me wrong, I'm a man, but damn though, like it's like it's overload. It's over. It's over. It's too much.
I
And then
agree.
it's like the kids don't know, like we know. So what y'all telling the kids?
Exactly. I
It's
mean,
like
heck,
the
half the
kids
stuff
don't
you see
matter.
on social media, you don't even get me
Man,
started on that.
it's super sad, man, when I see this stuff on TV and these TikToks and all this stuff. And it's like, y'all young, y'all promoting women shaking it. These little girls are watching y'all. Like these little boys are getting a false perception of what a woman is or what a woman should look like. It's crazy, man. It's a lot of information if a kid don't have somebody to help filter that information that they're getting
Exactly.
and they're seeing,
Exactly.
especially with the whole, the LGBT, all those numbers, all those letters, excuse me. It's a
Right.
lot going on, man. And be and live your life, but man, when a kid is involved, they don't have the same. understanding or understanding as we do. So it's like it's not fair to tell a kid they could be whatever they want to be as far as the sexuality when they was created to be, you know, who they are, but they too young to make that assessment. Like they're 4 years old, 5 years old. Like I just
Exactly.
think, man, we living in a perverted society, man. Like it's like okay to. This is sad, man. Like I ain't
That's why
saying it's okay to
parenthood
do
and
that.
mentorship is
It's
just
sad.
essential. It's like if you're not a parent, at least help out another child and whatnot doesn't have a father, doesn't have a mother, et cetera, and so forth. So I agree with you. It's crazy times. Everybody needs direction, you know. Period.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's all I can say is, man, just keep doing what you're doing. We got to get up to it, man. I know you've been busy and whatnot.
What's up with the brother that you work with? What's his name?
You talking about Garrett?
Yeah, Garrett, man. Tell Garrett I said peace, man. I got a new phone. I don't got Garrett's number. But I
Okay,
thought about him the
I'll
other
slide
day.
you his number. Yeah, he mentioned you the other day too. He was like, "Hey man, how's Ronald
See,
doing?" I said, "He's doing
see,
good."
see, we think
You
about
know,
each other. See, look at that.
exactly. Yep, him and I got to get up with Kendrick and whatnot.
Oh,
But
Kendrick.
yeah,
Yeah, how Kendrick
yeah,
doing, man?
he's doing pretty good. I heard something's up, might be up with his wife and whatnot. So I definitely need to contact him,
Okay.
whatnot. But yeah, it's
Okay.
like, yeah, we definitely got to get up again, man. It's been a minute. I know this whole COVID thing shut everything down, but now that things are somewhat opening back up, you know, we definitely got to meet up somewhere eventually. You know.
All right, we got each other information, man. Just let me know. We can make it happen.
All right, brother. Keep doing what you're doing with MWR, man. I see you out there.
Yes, sir, brother. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, man. Take care.
All right. Peace.
Peace. All right, family. Hopefully you enjoyed that. It's always a great pleasure talking to my brother, Ronald Samuel. Mr. Today's forecast, 100% chance of winning. That's why I love going live, so I can talk to people, engage people, and I just learned so much from him. Hopefully, I know you guys, not hopefully, I know you guys all out there learn something from him. Do great thing, free things, family. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. And as I always say, make money move so you're going to live broke like a fool. Take care.